Hi ladies, and welcome to the Thrive Chapter Spotlight. Today we are in Judges 19. We see in the very first verse that it tells us that in these days Israel had no king. This is the account of the Levite and his concubine. She has left the Levite to go to her father's home, and in these days this would have been an act that would have been punishable by death. But because there was no king, she was not punished to death. We see that the Levite goes and gets her from her father's home, and as they're journeying back, they stop in Gibeah. In this town, an old man kindly takes them into his home, but later that evening we see that the men of the city know there is a traveler, that there's a stranger, and they beat on the doors of the old man, demanding that they are to have their way with this Levite. The old man, thinking that he is protecting his traveler, offers his virgin daughter and the Levite's concubine for these men so that they can have their way with these ladies. We then see the next morning that the Levite wakes up, and on the front doorstep is his concubine, and she's dead. He then takes her back to their hometown. He gruesomely, in my opinion, I don't see how it couldn't be, but he cuts her into 12 pieces, and he sends her into the 12 tribes of Israel as a way to address what these men had done to her. Again, going back to the beginning of the chapter, it says, in these days Israel had no king. The land had no king. These people had no king in their life. They had no king in their heart. And you see, each person made decisions based on what they thought was right. We find ourselves in our world today in the same chaos. People making decisions that they feel are right, maybe based on emotions, feelings, thoughts, other people's opinions. And today too, we see the chaos that erupts because we have no king. We have a king, lady, and it's Jesus Christ. He's already conquered the cross. He's already conquered the world. Our victory is found in him. But when we make decisions that aren't based on his truth, we find ourselves maybe in a chaotic situation where the decisions we've made or the decisions that others have made, not based in his will, are affecting our lives. You see, the concubine made her own choice to leave. The Levite made his own choice to stay in a town that was unknown, and he was okay. It doesn't say he fought for the concubine to stay in the home. He let her go to these men in the city. The old man thought it was right to protect his traveler and let these two ladies be had by the men of the city. And you see, each person was affected so differently, yet it is such a story that we read about today. And I believe that this story is true, that this account is true. And it's God's way of showing us that when we have no king in our life, we make irrational decisions that affect other people. So ladies, I want to ask you, who is the ruler of your life? Who is the king in your life? Who helps you to make your choices and guide your choices? Because ladies, those choices we make do affect other people. I want to leave you with that, and my prayer is that you continue reading, because we will see how the men of Gibeah, the men of the Benjamites, are later affected by their choice to take the virgin daughter and the concubine in further chapters to come. So I ask that you continue to read with us, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you.